Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for choosing to be part of our conversation today as we roll out on what's going on behind the scenes. That is, we have regions in this country that at times they even feel disconnected from the rest of the country because of the remote and backward kind of lifestyle that they are leading. So, traveling to those sides of this country gives one an experience that they live to tell. Our guest is one of the people that has gone to the backside of this country and he has something to say. How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
Please give us your names.
My name is Robert Mutua. Thank you for the privilege of having me here today.
Thank you, Robert, for joining us.
Yeah.
What are you involved in?
I'm involved
Building of the nation.
in building of the nation. I'm an economist by profession, and still I have a calling in preaching the gospel. So what made me tour to the backside of the desert or the backside of the country in northern Kenya, Turkana, was my friend who was just here a few minutes ago.
Okay.
We met in Kampala some time ago, and then he told me what he's doing, and because of compassion, I was touched. And when we met, he visited me, came to Kambani, we did a mission, preached the gospel. Then later I told him, you'll not even pay for me to come. I paid for you to come, but me, I'll pay for my way to come. I want to come and see what you are telling us and feel what you people feel. The first thing in Turkana, what welcomes you is the heat. That place is super hot, I'm telling you. The walls emit heat, even in the night. The walls.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep. I mean, you have to sleep almost naked for you to be able to sleep and to sleep windows open. And mark you, this time when I was there, it took me near the lake, the lake itself. I was preaching in a place called Kalokol, near the lake. And I was sleeping near the lake where I have the view of the lake. But the place still super hot. I had to preach with this very shirt I'm wearing because I couldn't wear a suit.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was an interesting place, I must say.
Okay. So the heat welcomes you.
Yeah.
Turkana people, what kind of people are they?
I think they are tough people in their physique. They are tough in their appearance, and they are loving people. I got a lot of hospitable welcome, and I enjoyed myself. I mean, it was a new experience. And after we met, he took me to some areas, and you could see how it could explain to me, and I could see basically the distance, how people trek to get some things, water, schools are a bit distance, the elderly, how the elderly people have been neglected, and he was trying to show me what he does and how what he feeds. I had to outsource some of my friends as I was traveling there for clothes because some of those people don't have clothes. So I had to contribute in my own way, and ask from friends for maybe some clothes, funds, and support the Petuka organization as I was going there, not just to preach, but also to be part of the community and be a blessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But we'll get into that humanitarian aspect.
Yeah.
About the Turkana people,
Yeah.
how would you rank them in terms of being receptive to the gospel? Are they hungry for the gospel or just one of the things?
One of the notable things I observed is that they are fishermen, their culture, especially the very area of Kalokol is near the lake. It's just a place near the lake. I happened to tour also the lake that period. Is that they have their own time. You see, you don't go to preach. Apostle Paul is speaking and he's saying to the Romans, I became a Roman. And one of the things when you are there, I was surprised because you know normally, for example, in Nairobi, you can do a crusade from 3, but there you have to wait until around 6 because people are fishing and doing their errands. You can't just preach anytime you want, especially if it's weekdays and the days of the crusades. So when you are doing crusade, they had to go to fishing. and come during around 6:30. Then they can stay even up to around I think around 9, and then they leave again for fishing in the night. When we were sleeping, because where I was, it was a building with a first floor. I could see people in the sea in the night with torches, and I asked him, what is the meaning of that? I see a lot of torches in the sea, and he told me in the lake, people are fishing. This is the time they are working, so they come in the morning to sleep. Then they go to sell after they have rested during the day. Then again they repeat the same process. So it was a nice experience to blending and know that people are good and they are very diligent people. It's only that sometimes we don't choose our geographical locations of where we are born, unfortunately.
Um,
Yeah,
as much as we may not have a choice over,
yeah,
but being able to thrive in whatever environment you find yourself
yeah,
is what is key.
yeah,
So you preached to the people.
yeah.
Did the people receive the gospel, resisted the gospel, ignored the gospel?
The people are very receptive. In fact, they were very excited about it. In fact, they insisted. Before I left, and they were asking for me. So they loved the gospel. There are people who love visitors. There are people who love the gospel. They enjoyed this, the moment you are preaching, you are praying for them, and you could see how excited they were when a miracle was happened and things like that. So it was an interesting experience. They were very receptive, and they received the gospel. Those who are not saved, they got saved. Those who had the sicknesses, they were healed, and things like that. Yeah.
Okay. Now, your general view of the dire needs that that community requires in your observation, what are they, and what needs to be done for those things to be made available?
Now, there are some of the things. As long as we are going to support these people, for example, in humanitarian support, there is one thing I noted. For example, those who live near the lake. I happened to visit the place. A certain bishop, who is the chairman of the House of Bishops, picked me and some friends we had and him, and we went to the lake, and we happened to tour where they do fishing, where they are packaging fish and sending it to different parts of the country, in Uganda and other parts. And there is only one freezer that has been donated by the European Union. So I can suggest what I observed by my personal experience and observation. If you see, we cannot change these people and we cannot relocate them to other areas. But if that area, specific economic activity of fishing, can be tapped into, and if I must say, for example, the county government and the national government, if it is possible, they can empower the community to not just do, because that time the lake had flooded and the boats were damaged. So if they can really empower the community in that level of what they do, and instead of having one freezer that is serving the entire large number of fishermen in the area, they increase that number, they train them, they put structure. They might be structure, but not very okay. But they institutionalize the structure. You find that the community can tap into the fishing because it's a main source of economic activity of that very part of the nation. And then that fishing becomes a key economic activity that will employ people, that will be able to uplift the economic well-being of those who are surrounding the lake, especially in that part of the country. It would be very, very effective, and it would empower the living standards of that part of the country. But when they are ignored, we can give, and we'll continue to give. I'm not against that. Personally, I support my brother. But then for long-term sustainability, we must empower them in what they do. The larger part, of course, there are those who are rearing goats and things like that. But then as we empower them and look for long-term sustainability of the community, it would be very good if they are really helped in that way, rather than just helping them with tokens and things like that. Yeah.
Okay. In your observation, did you feel or see the presence of government in that place?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
That's the sad story. That even after 60 years of independence, I am a scholar. I love academics, apart from being a preacher, apart from having passion for the kingdom. And I read the Constitution, and I have actually two in my house. But unfortunately, I read the Constitution some time ago, and you see, one of the interesting thing, I think it is chapter 12 of the Constitution. When I was studying that about finance, I was shocked because there is a clause that says resources should be distributed equitably, even to those areas that are marginalized, so that they can be uplifted to meet other parts of the country. So it means when other parts of the country, like Machakos, like Nairobi, like Kiambu, and other parts that have been given, for example, maybe 15% in the devolution, Turkana gets more.
Yes.
Because it's marginalized.
Yes.
But unfortunately, because of our having an issue in our devolution whereby there is embezzlement of funds, structured corruption in the system, you find that even 60 years after independence, and now 16 years after the promulgation of the 2010 Constitution, we are having a challenge in such parts of the country. To me, it breaks my heart to say.
No, what do you think is the reason? Because 16 years of the new dispensation,
Yeah.
and it's legal, that is constitutional, for devolution to respond to what the centralized system had failed to do. Is the presence of the county government in Turkana affecting Turkana positively compared to when it wasn't there?
If it is affecting positively, I'm sorry to say I didn't feel the impact and I didn't see the results. Because if devolution, you see, it is so saddening that devolution was, the objective was to devolve power and devolve resources in such a way that every Kenyan in every ward will have benefit of the government. If it's education, they'll benefit. If it's in terms of government services, they'll benefit. If it's in terms of the allocation of resources, there'll be at least industrialization in such parts. But it is very interesting that even many years later, after the Constitution has been promulgated, after resources have been devolved, you can go to that parts of the country. And okay, fortunately, I work with an organization of an authority in the capital city. And one thing that was notable is that the roads have been set on. That's by the national government. But the issue about devolution and affecting the very low people in the county levels, I couldn't feel it. Because people are suffering as if there is no government. You can see hospitals are not there. Those who are supposed to be health is a devolved function. And you can see people have to travel. Because I used to get a motorbike when there is no a vehicle to get to Lodwar town, when I have a session to minister and go back to Kalokol. It's a 45 minutes distance, either by motorbike or by a vehicle. So you get to see that after many years, people can have to go to that distance if it's an hospital they need, if it's a unapata, you cannot see and feel the effect of devolution. And it saddens and breaks my heart that we have such rampant corruption while we know the Constitution allows for more resources to be given to such places.
So, in your opinion as a scholar, and your interaction with the Kenyan situation, what do you think is the reason why, after 16 years of devolution, resources have never failed to be allocated to Turkana? Why is Turkana County specifically still lagging behind when it gets not only the allocation of
But
devolution,
extra.
but there is what is called equalization fund
Yes.
that is extra added, so that it assists the place to rise faster. You have reported that there are roads, there are signs that communication can take place.
Yes.
So is it mismanagement of those resources, negligence of the county government? Why is the place still lagging behind?
You see, there is a book I read, and I am a person who is passionate also about leadership. George C. Maxwell makes a very profound statement that everything rises and falls with leadership.
Yes.
If the leadership is bad, we will know by going down to the very down and see whether it is affecting to the grassroots. So the issue here is bad leadership. Leadership whereby leaders who are unaccountable, leaders who take are proud first. They have been drunk with power, if I must say, and they are corrupt. As my brother said, they are only interested with what they can benefit. It's about deals. It's not about benefiting the common mwananchi. It's about deals. It's about what is it in for me. It's so unfortunate that if you get in this, you see, I work with the government, and it's so unfortunate when you get into institutions and people are discussing what is it in for me. It's not about the people now. It's about what is it in for me. It's that they are looking into themselves, not to the people. So corruption happens when greed supersedes the need to meet the needs for the society.
Okay.
Yes. So you find that the issue here is that the leaders are too corrupt, that they have no compassion for the very people that they begged them to elect them.
Are you saying that our politics generally,
Yes.
it's an enterprise venture,
Yes.
other than public service?
I love PLO Lumumba, and he made a statement. I happened to listen to him. It was speeches. These are some of the best speeches. And he says that if you want to get rich quickly, especially in Africa, is become a politician. It's not about you making money the right way. It's about being where you can corrupt it quickly, where you can make deals that are gushy and get the money that you need very quickly. So our politics are not ideal based, are not need based. And that is the saddening part, because they are enterprise based. People are in business. They are not in there for... No politician, if I can make this statement boldly, no politician cares about you.
Why is that the case?
I can give my view and my opinion is because that is the case, because it's a reflection of our society. You'll hear people say it is our turn to eat.
A reflection of our society.
Yes.
I'm sure you've been to the slum areas.
Yes.
And the way we live in the slum is we share almost everything.
Yeah.
There is that
Communal
life.
Yeah.
Where I will not be happy if my children are eating and my neighbor's children are not eating. So if you tell me that these politicians who want to eat the money that is supposed to take care of the health care of our people, they want to eat the money that's supposed to educate our children, is a reflection of our society, then I'm confused.
You are confused.
Yes.
Because you have... I don't know whether you have experienced this. Firsthand, I have. I had a classmate, I'm sorry to say, in the university, coursemate. We graduated together. We came to Nairobi. I schooled in Narok, Masai Mara University. Came to Nairobi, lived in the same room. He got, after industrial attachment, it was post because of COVID. He got a job ahead of me. And immediately he works with an authority in the town, here in this town. Immediately he got the job. He went to training in Eldoret. You can guess which authority it is. After he came back, there was no discussion. He just shifted. So there is the aspect whereby when you are in trouble together, we are in this because we are in trouble together. After you get out of trouble, you don't want to look back.
So we have unity in suffering.
Yes, you have unity in suffering.
But the moment my suffering stops, I don't remember who
I don't remember
with.
who I suffered with. That's the unfortunate story of Africa. not just in Kenya. If you study, look at South Africa, what is happening? Look at South Africa. If we can go global, look at
that was madness.
yes,
That was madness on another level
yeah,
that will require proper address.
yeah,
But I agree with you. Of course, you said you are a Bible preacher,
yeah,
and the only sin
Yeah.
that is the mother of all sins
yeah,
is selfishness.
absolutely,
And so there is no way one can be self-centered and do right.
absolutely,
Jesus said that if I seek my own or talk about myself, then don't even believe me,
yeah,
because my witness is not true.
it's not true.
But back to public service, as we begin to wrap up, how do we ensure that we rescue our country from the demise of the effect of self-centeredness? Because from the look of things, this selfish interest has eaten our country, is almost finishing it.
It is.
But it doesn't look like it's ending any soon.
Now
So
that's
what do we do to make sure that we don't lose everything to selfishness?
I can give a proposal, but you see the danger is that we'll keep on speaking. My fear is when I listen to people speaking. I always listen to podcasts. I always listen to people speaking, and they have nice ideas. Unfortunately, I always ask myself, will our speaking make a difference? Now, will our proposals, our ideals make a difference? I thank God I'm a Gen Z and we have been on the streets for quite some time. And my question is, are we really making an impact? Are we being felt? Not just by words, but a difference in the system. Now, I'll give two proposals, if I must. If we are going to change our nation, let's not just stop at making noise on the streets, which is a good thing. I'm not against it, because I myself, sometimes I go on the streets. But apart from that, what can we do? And this is my ideal proposal. Number one, let's start from the family level. As a Bible preacher, I happened this week to be teaching on integrating priesthood with kingship in where I work on the lunch hours. And when I was there, I was teaching on family, and I was telling them the report card of parents is least burning of schools. You will know that you raised your children with the right ideals when they'll give you a report card of good behavior later, when they are now making decisions by their own. So this issue of burning schools, for example, is a report card to parents. There is somewhere you are not instilling the right values correctly, and that is on family level. The first church, it is not where the preacher preaches. It is where the parents take responsibility to fellowship and instill the right values. Read that Deuteronomy 11. God is telling the children of Israel, these kingdom commandments, these godly values, instill them to your children in your homes. Write them, put them on walls, on the door. Let them be visible, that they'll become their lifestyle. That's the first church, family. So God created us to function in community. So my proposal, what am I saying? It is that first, as a society, we be responsible in raising integrity and accountable kids. Because we are not correcting this thing at the top level. Already the top level is rotten. So if we decide to correct it at this high level system, we can't. Because the society is still producing the same people and they expect them to change. No, there is an old saying that says in Swahili, ukunje mtu ukiwa mgali mbichi, ukishakauka ukunjiki ule. So we want to kukunja mtu ungali mbichi. We want to kukunja mtu ukiwa umeshakauka wakati ungali mbichi hatu kukunja. We want to correct this thing when it has already hardened and it cannot be corrected. At that level, it is unrescuable, if there is a word like that. It cannot be rescued. So at the top levels, it's hard. But if we start on family levels, the society, in our family setup, we correct it, instill the godly values, instill the principles that are right, These kids grow knowing. The Bible says, teach a child the way it should go, and when it gets old, he'll not forget that way. So if we instill the correct values at the family level, we'll produce people, even when they get into system, they can be able to live by those values. They'll not be corrupt, they'll be have integrity, they'll be accountable and things like that. They'll have honesty as a virtue. Number two, at the highest level is making our institution be rigid. If you go to foreign countries, developed nations, if I may say, I saw a quote somebody by someone, one Kenyan in Germany, saying the difference between us and those countries is very simple. The institutions, they don't care who you are, whether you are the highest government official, whether you are the lowest government official, or you are the who is who in that country. The institution will serve you as a person, not as an authority or as a big person. Unfortunately, in our nation, is that you must know a big relative or a big person for you to get something. It's because the institution are no longer serving the person as a person. They're having preferential treatment and serving political class. You see that? So the next thing, my second proposal, it is making our institution to be rigid, in that they are not serving, they don't care your office, they don't care who you are, who your second name is, but they serve you as an individual, not because you are a big family name or something like that. If we do that, we'll be able to solve that problem. But if we don't, I don't think we can anytime soon.
The preferential treatment,
Yes.
is it a legal standing or a fault of the law? I mean, when somebody begins to do preferential treatment, is he not violating the Constitution?
Yes, they are violating the Constitution.
So the fault is not with the law.
Yes, the law is perfect. We have one of the best constitutions in the world.
So why are we accepting what is unconstitutional to thrive?
Maybe threatened, blackmailed, maybe corrupted. Yes. If you are given a, maybe, you see, the people who blackmail others, they check on your weakness. Maybe you are in debt and they tell you, you know what, we know you're having this problem. We can give you maybe a few millions to solve your problem, and you do this through the back door. So you bent the law because of your own personal gain, and at the same time you're being corrupted and they are using your weakness. So things like that. So corruption contributes. Maybe if you have and you are caught in you are not living a transparent life, and you enter in bad deals, and people capture you and they use that against you. If you don't do what we are saying, we expose you, and they mess your reputation. So people are blackmailed in such different ways. So those things, all those so they help bend the law in a certain way.
That quickly, in the interest of time, as young people,
Yeah.
who I believe the salvation of this country
Yeah.
is laid on your shoulders.
Yeah.
What are you doing in a minute or so to ensure that this culture of disregarding the law or impunity does not perpetuate? We have it, yes.
Yeah.
How do we ensure that it does not continue without any form of checks and balances?
Number one is being loud as we can on accountability, as you have seen before. We are demanding accountability from the judicial system. We are demanding accountability from the parliament. We are demanding accountability from the Senate. We are demanding accountability from the local governments, that's the county governments. We are demanding accountability on financial transparency, on how money has been spent. We are demanding accountability, because the only way we can solve these problems is having accountability of how money is being spent on this institution, and how people are getting what they are getting, not on tribal basis, but on competence. So that's what we have been hearing the young people doing all this time. Is we are being as loud. Even right now, what I'm doing is demanding accountability. Because if we will not be accountable, just don't laugh at someone when they are being messed up, because you are next. I'm really touched because of the issue of my my countryman, Kyoko, because of what happened. That he had this to be broken a leg for him to be felt, for him to be hard. No, I mean, now that makes my heart go weird because my heart is heartened because I ask myself, if I form a company, will I still end up in the same place whereby I'm demanding my pay and is not being paid, and I'm, so if you have to be demand, because if they are being doing that, kwa Kiswahili wanasema ukiona cha mwenzako chanyolewa chako kitie maji. So we have to demand because it means you are next. If you don't demand now, so you'll be next.
So this demand is by being vocal?
Yes, one of them ways being vocal. Number two is when we are in institutions where you are working as a young person, be an example by character and be an example. I mean, don't just say, but set the standard yourself by living what you preach.
Okay.
Yes, because if you don't become the example, then you'll be demanding from others what yourself you can't give.
Such as I have given thee.
Yeah.
Now, we must learn, but I can't let you go without this.
Yeah.
There is a statement you gave, msemo wa Kiswahili unasema samaki mkunja angali mbichi.
Yeah.
And in your expression,
Yeah.
You sounded like there is no hope for these elderly people who are corrupt. We should just leave them and concentrate on these younger ones.
Yes.
But you're a preacher of the gospel. Is
Yes.
the gospel only working for the younger people and not change the older people?
Now, the danger is here. I'm not again. You see, now let me say this. This is interesting. This is interesting. I know my time is up. Let me say this.
Yes.
It is interesting. Do you know why? Do you know one thing God could not do in the Bible?
Which one is that?
God could not take the people he took from Egypt to Canaan. What was the problem? You are a preacher, I know that.
What do you mean he couldn't?
He couldn't. God was all powerful. God is all powerful. But he couldn't take the children of Israel from Egypt to Canaan. Why? Because of one problem. Transformation of the mind.
Transformation of the mind.
Yes. And he told them, because of this thing, that's the same. He said, Joshua and Caleb, they are the only people who will enter. The rest of the people would die in the wilderness. And they had to keep mark timing until that entire generation died because of one thing, attitude. And attitude is a product of mindset. So any man can know where he's going. But if that man does not have mental transformation, no power, not even God, can take you there. So why am I focusing on the young generation? Not because the old people can't change, but because they have accustomed, they have adapted to the norm in the system. So to change their way of thinking, they'll tell you these are how things have been working. These are how things works.
You'd have got to catch you on that, but I get your point.
Yeah.
And where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But that in itself does not in any way make the gospel of Jesus Christ powerless.
Yes.
When it comes to elderly or younger people.
Absolutely.
The gospel is still the power of God that
Yes.
brings salvation.
Yes.
And nobody's beyond that salvation.
Now, let's get down to it. Now that you want me to go there.
No, we are concluding.
Yes. Salvation
Yes.
is salvaging from sin. Are you getting it? That word salvation comes from the word salvage. We are salvaging people. When you are preaching the good news, we are salvaging people from the kingdom of darkness to the kingdom of light. That's the gospel. But achieving and actualizing destiny demands more than salvation. It demands mental transformation. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Now, I'm not against what you're saying. The gospel of God is so powerful. To salvation, yes. But actualization of destiny, it is personal responsibility. Mental transformation, you have to partner with the Holy Spirit to have your mind transformed.
Pastor Robert.
Yes.
We can't finish that one.
Yeah.
But I want you on that seat.
Thank you.
For that particular subject, we must come to a proper theological conclusion.
Yes.
But for now,
Yeah.
The gospel of Jesus Christ is all-compassing.
Absolutely.
And it's the only necessity that can initiate any serious transformation in anybody's life.
Yeah.
Without it, everything else will not work.
Yeah.
And so, like Mrs. Oyedepo wrote in her book,
Yeah.
it says a very serious statement. He said it is easier to raise a child than to repair an adult.
That's absolutely.
So-
Now I agree. I agree with you.
So the only thing is that it is harder
Yeah.
to repair an adult.
Absolutely. That's
But
what I meant.
it is not that the adult is not easy
It's
repairable.
irreparable, but it is tougher.
Thank you. So if you're willing to pay the price,
Yeah.
you can keep the goods.
Yeah.
We must learn. Ladies and gentlemen, we even forgot you. But thank you so much for being part of the conversation. Your comments, your questions, and whatever it is that you wish us to know, please put in the comment section and let us know. Of course, we'll be following up with these conversations to ensure that we come to a conclusion that will profit you. And don't forget how this country is being led, where this country is headed, is 100% your responsibility. Make decisions that are helpful for the good of the majority of the people. Being after your own makes your operation wrapped into one small package that you can't share with anybody else. But if you open yourself up to think about someone else, you begin to see what has been blinded from your sight. Let's meet in the next show. God bless you.